Prashasta Seth is joining us. He's CEO at IIFL AMC. Prashasta, good morning. Good to have you with us here on the show. Okay, I'm going to be stock specific. You don't have to be stock specific, but you can talk about the business, right? Don't tell me what the price is going to do, but tell me your view on the business. Let's start with Lupin, Prashasta.
No, I think I wouldn't want to talk on individual names, but I think what is very clear is that there is some pricing pressure in the US that the pharma companies are facing. And I think till that clarity emerges on where the pricing pressure is going to end, I think you will see some amount of issues coming in that space. I think the second factor, which is not specific to Lupin, but which is there in the pharma space, is the fact that a lot of the large cap pharma names are facing issues with respect to US FDA. So I think a combination of these two facts would mean that I think a lot of these names I think could be fairly range bound or even kind of trend down, I think, till the clarity emerges on those two fronts on the large cap pharma names.
Okay, range bound, no real absolute expectations in terms of returns from that one. Now, HDFC, the home loan financing business.
See, my sense is that I think the home loan financing business should do well. I think the fact that the NPAs would be under control and the fact that over a period of time, I think the borrowing costs are going to come down, I think will have a positive impact on the housing finance companies. So I think as a space, housing finance companies should do well according to me.
Okay. This quarter numbers were weak. I mean, after many, actually the weakest that we've seen in a while. But you're saying, well, yeah, that's one segment which has been doing well, right? Within retail, mortgages is a segment which continues to grow very well.
Yes, and I think the other good part is that I think your NPAs are unlikely to kind of shoot up in that particular space, I think, which is the concern in many of the other spaces. So to that extent, I think people might want to take refuge in that space, because at least we are assured that even though you might see a slower growth theoretically going forward, but you won't be surprised in terms of asset quality or sharp spike in NPA or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. Axis Bank numbers came out yesterday. Numbers on the face of it look pretty in line, I mean, even strong. But then after the conference call, there was information that they sold two loan accounts to asset reconstruction companies. Now that's weighing. How should one see this business of selling loans to ARCs?
No, I think in the project finance focused banks, I think obviously the concern is on what happens on the NPA front, especially the fact that some of the names that these banks have exposure to are facing operational issues as well as financial issues. So to that extent, I think you would see a continued increase in the stressed assets and NPLs combined over the course of the next 1 or 2 quarters. And I think only post that, I think things should start improving. So I think there could be another 1 or 2 quarters of pain left in these banks where NPAs or stressed assets might continue to be a challenge. And I think we have to continue to see how the space of stressed assets accumulation is happening, and whether at some point things are starting to show some signs of improvement. I think that's when a lot of these stocks will perform. I think till then, I think they will continue to be weighed down by the fact that stressed assets might continue to inch up only and not move down in the next 1 or 2 quarters.
Maruti and TVS?
So I think autos as a space have seen reasonable results. I think whether it's Bajaj or a Maruti or a TVS or a Hero, I think the entire space has benefited from the fall in commodity prices, and almost all the companies have reported numbers which are ahead of expectations on the margin front. So I think, as a space, it's just one of those spaces where there has been a consistent beat on the numbers all across the sector. So I think, given the fact that has happened, I think, the sector should do reasonably okay. Having said that, I think couple of names in the sector are trading at a reasonably high valuation. So again, how much upside do you see from these levels, I think is a matter of a debate, but I think the downside will be reasonably protected, if results that have come in are anything to go by.
Prashasta, thanks very much. Great speaking with you.